In July of 1329, the city of Verona stood as the center of a volatile, shifting political landscape in northern Italy. At the helm was Cangrande della Scala, a military strategist who had just achieved his most significant victory, capturing the rival city of Treviso and effectively unifying the region under his rule. On July 18th, he rode into the city in absolute triumph. 4 days later, the 38-year-old ruler was dead. The sudden collapse of such a dominant figure created an immediate power vacuum, leaving many to wonder how a healthy man at the peak of his physical and political strength could vanish so quickly. The official explanation provided by the court was simple. The warlord had fallen ill after drinking from a polluted spring during his final military march. Medieval chronicles recorded the details of his final hours, describing a rapid onset of high fever, vomiting, and intense stomach agony that eventually claimed his life. Despite whispers among the local population, there was no physical evidence to suggest otherwise. The body was interred in a sealed marble sarcophagus at Santa Maria Antiqua, and the matter was considered settled. With the official record finalized and the tomb closed, the polluted water narrative remained the undisputed historical truth for the next 7 centuries. That version of history remained unchallenged until February 2004, when a team of modern Italian researchers finally received official permission to open the heavy stone lid of Cangrande's tomb. Inside, they found a remarkably preserved natural mummy. The environmental conditions of the sarcophagus had kept his internal organs and tissues intact, providing a direct biological link to the 14th century. This wireframe scan shows his skeletal structure remains entirely whole, with no signs of trauma to explain his collapse. Seeking answers, the team moved deeper into his anatomy, focusing on the internal chemistry preserved within his digestive tract. The evidence of how he died wasn't in a broken bone or a blade wound, but in the final things he had ingested. Researchers used palynology, the study of microscopic pollen and spores, to analyze samples from the mummy, allowing them to precisely reconstruct the plants he consumed. The tests identified lethal concentrations of Digitalis purpurea, better known as foxglove. This chart compares the biological reality of Digitalis toxicity with the symptoms recorded in 1329. On the right, we see the modern clinical effects, vomiting and cardiac arrest, which align exactly with the symptoms on the left, documented by his court physicians. However, foxglove is extremely bitter. In its raw form, it would be nearly impossible to ingest without noticing a foul taste. Further testing revealed the first element of a masking formula. Toxins were found alongside high levels of chamomile, indicating it was introduced as a restorative tea. The team also found traces of black mulberry, which provided the sweetness necessary to cover the sharp medicinal bitterness of the foxglove. This specific combination of ingredients, a cardiac toxin hidden by chamomile and sweetened with mulberry, reveals a high level of premeditation and pharmaceutical knowledge. The 2004 autopsy provided the definitive answer, officially reclassifying Cangrande's death from natural illness to acute poisoning. This suggests the tea was administered by someone within his inner circle, likely an ambitious family member or a political rival who had the access and the motive to end his reign. There is a deep irony in the fact that a warlord who conquered cities was brought down not on a battlefield, but in his own tent by a single doctored drink. Centuries after the fact, the application of modern forensic science has proven it has the power to reach back into the past and replace a long-standing lie with the truth.